I just need to focus on what I'm doing at the moment. I'm at Shelbourne at the moment and I have goals and aspirations with Shelbourne, so yeah, I need to smash them first and then, yeah, just keep climbing. I think we first spoke in the summer, last summer, and he wanted me to come then, but I sort of opted against coming. And even before coming in sort of December, January, he kept speaking to me throughout sort of, I think it was the first half of our season and the second half of the Irish season. He kept sort of ringing me and messaging me and stuff like that out of the blue, you know, when I was at Fleetwood.
That's how you do it, Mipo.
That's how you do what? And you know, we'd have good chats in the car and stuff like that, but nah, he was really good with me. He looked after me, and obviously players like Jesse and Mark Noble and yeah, all those sort of guys.
Yeah.
Oh, should have been a rim job.
What's that?
Should have been a rim job. In terms of the quality he's got, ability-wise, could be one of the best in the world, in my opinion. Obviously, I've seen it all firsthand. You're messing. Wow. Good shot from you, now.
That's how you do it.
That's good. That's good. That's good.
Hello, welcome back to Irish Football Fan TV. We're back again, footy, and I've got none other than Mipo Odubeko here with me. He's going to take on the challenge to see if he can beat me, like everybody else. But yeah, we're going to get straight into it. Mipo, have you any words before we begin?
Nah. May the best winner win.
Yeah. Best of luck. So I'm not even hitting hard.
Oh my days! You cannot.
It's coming back out now
on the video. There's no way. I made a hash of it.
Not as bad as mine. It's right in the middle.
No. That was completely not what I was trying to do. You can
make that one back up easily.
Come back in. Come on. Come on. Come back in. Come on. So this is my fourth.
This is my fourth as well.
Oh.
No power because of my heel. Oh, nice. So he's turned it on now. That might be hole in one.
All right, that's
what a shot.
That's the Mipo that we know.
It's going to be a long day, boys, for me.
Let's focus. That was a really good shot.
It was.
Nice.
So, Mipo, obviously you're a professional footballer, but how did you get into playing, or what age did you start playing and start noticing that you were obviously at a good level and some of the clubs you may have played with?
I can't remember what age I started, but I started really young, around like 6, 7. And the estate that I grew up on, obviously it's like many other estates in Ireland. Obviously there's a massive grass pitch in front of my house, and my older brother played, so I just played with my older brother and my younger brother. And then I remember my mum took me down to Brookfield Celtic when I was about 7. And so she took me down, and we're in the car park, and she's like, right, go down and play. And I was too scared, I was too nervous, I didn't want to go down. So eventually, yeah, she took me down, I didn't get out of the car. She took me home. And then I think like 2 days after, she took me again, and she was like, listen, if I'm taking you this time, you're getting out of the car, you don't have a choice. So eventually I went down, and I was really good. But I remember, I was really good amongst the players in my estate, but I didn't know if like I was only good amongst players in my estate or like other players as well. So when I went down to Brookfield, I happened to find out like I was like actually good amongst other players as well. And then yeah, obviously that was my first club. I think I spent 2 seasons there, under 7, under 8s. I think I ended up scoring about 90 goals in a season, and then yeah, that was it. From there, I think Joey's picked me up, St. Joseph's.
Yeah.
They came down to watch a final. They picked me up first. I went down there for like 2 months in the summer, but it was too far from Tala. So
Sallynoggin.
Yeah, Sallynoggin was way too far, and obviously for my mum to be taking me and my brothers and stuff like that, because my older brother was playing for Crumlin at the time. So for her to be taking him to Crumlin and then me to Joey's, like it just didn't make sense for her. and obviously having my little brother as well. So I ended up going to Crumlin with my older brother, and then yeah, I was there for 3 seasons, and then that was sort of how it all started.
Nice.
Oh,
Nice.
oh,
go
that's
down
not
around,
what
though.
I wanted though.
You just wanted to go around. There
I
you go.
wanted more. Ah.
I know what you're trying to do. I'm gonna try do it now. Oh no.
You've done the same as me. Needed more power. It doesn't
Was it?
seem as far when you're hitting it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And
It
then
looks
as the
miles
ball's
away, doesn't
rolling,
it?
you realise how
miles away, yeah.
how much power you didn't put on it.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not in a terrible position actually.
Yeah, I told you it wasn't. Ah, not enough power. Oh, that could spin in. Nice one, that. Ah, nice. Three, yeah? 3, and I'm 4.
You're 4. I wouldn't speak too soon.
This is the 4th, is it not?
Yeah, but you have to get it in.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. This ball's gonna be a problem here.
No pressure now. Nah, you got it.
So clearly I'm getting smoked here, but you obviously knew you were quite good at football early on. So talk about kind of the move over to Manchester. I think you were telling me off camera, like it wasn't necessarily a football move, but it became a football move.
No, it wasn't a football move initially, but things worked out well for us around the time, you know. I think my mum and dad had already been looking to relocate to Manchester, and around sort of 2 months after that, I happened to get trials for City, and obviously they liked me, and yeah, eventually the family decided to move over there. So I was at City for a year, but I couldn't get international clearance, so I went to United. I got international clearance, and I stayed there for 3-4 years. What
was kind of, I suppose, a young lad in Manchester around that time, and obviously the clubs. I mean, you're going from Crumlin United to Manchester City to Manchester United, 2 huge clubs in world football, you know.
Yeah, it was a big step up. It was a big step up in terms of just everything, not even just football, stuff off the pitch, how you eat, how you sleep, stuff like that. It became a lot more serious, you know, because obviously not only are you playing with good players, but you're competing against good players as well. You're playing against, you know, other academies that are good as well. So yeah, it was a big step up, yeah.
And just in terms of you're scoring a lot of goals and stuff like that, so you start feeling like, okay, I'm like proper in amongst it here.
Yeah, I felt like I was proper in amongst it, but where I do think I was fortunate, because I went to City and then United, obviously they're 2 top academies, so no matter who we played against, we were always like better. So I was always playing well, and I was always scoring because I had, like, not only was I good, but I had good teammates as well. So, you know, it was good for me, really.
And some of your teammates when you were younger, some of them playing now, or who would they maybe be?
Yeah. Obviously, loads of good players. Loads of good players at City, loads of good players at United that have gone on to, you know, sort of make a name for themselves in the game so far, yeah.
Who would kind of be some of the big ones that you can think of?
When I first went over to City, the likes of Cole Palmer, James McAtee, players like that, and then obviously United, Mason Greenwood, Ted Mengi, Anthony Elanga, and yeah, those sort of boys.
Yeah, is it a surprise to see so many of them doing well?
No.
How good was Cole Palmer then?
I think boys like that, like Cole and Mason, for example, like even looking at them at that age, like you knew they were going to go on to do really well in the game as long as they could sort of, you know, just keep focused on what they were doing, and yeah, they have gone on to do so. You go. I want to see what you do.
I'm just going to try and get it up as close to the hole as possible. Is that a hole in one, lads?
No. Not enough on it.
It's in a good spot though.
Oh, it's poor.
Ah, lads.
You made it difficult for me.
Blocking your path. Oh, rim job. Snapping.
3.
I have to make sure I get
3
it.
and 4.
You want to see me last week? I was on fire.
I'm actually happy because I'm playing to win.
He's playing to win. He never mentioned.
Oh!
I'm gonna go the other way. This joke's gonna fucking hit me, is it? You have some power in your shots. You want to hit it?
Honestly, you don't realise how far it is until you shoot and you realise how much power you didn't put on it.
Yeah.
Go over it, go over it.
You can see the flag now.
Right.
Bah! Nice. You're on the green there with that. You're on the green.
Come in a little bit more. That's 4-4.
4-4, 5-4, 5-5 now. Oh God.
5. Nice. 6.
What'd you say?
So what's that, 7?
7-5.
Nice.
You said I wasn't going to get it in from there, no?
Hey.
I'm going to ask you about your time finishing up in Manchester and moving to West Ham. What was behind the move?
Behind the move.
Was it just a better pathway?
Yeah, it was more the pathway. So if I look at the players that were sort of in front of me at the time, it would have been Mason and Anthony.
Yeah.
And it would have been a case where I had to be sort of better than them in order to get an opportunity. So, you know, I looked elsewhere, and that was why I went to West Ham, and I did get a good pathway to the first team, you know. So yeah, I'd say that was the reason why.
And at the time, was it David Moyes who was the manager there?
At West Ham?
Yeah, when you were there.
When I initially went, it was Pellegrini.
Yeah.
And then
Doing a great
David
job of
Moyes
this.
came a couple months in, yeah.
Okay, and how is he? Because obviously, you see how well he's doing now with Everton. Seems to be a really good person for giving young lads a chance. But in terms of, were you mixing in with the first team every day? Like?
Yeah, I was in with the first. There was a point where I was in with the first team every day for about maybe 4, 5, 6 months.
This is COVID-ish time, is it?
Yeah. Sort of first half of 2021. Yeah, first half of 2021. Yeah, I was in with the first team every day. Sort of training with them in their change room and stuff like that. No, it was a good experience. It was a good experience. Obviously, you're in with top pros every day, and you get to see how they conduct themselves, how they eat, how they train, what they do after training and stuff like that, you know. But nah, it was really good. It was really good, and he was really good with me as well, you know. It was good to learn off people like that.
And who really surprised you out of maybe the dressing room? Who are the characters? Do you have any good stories from being at West Ham? Obviously that are suitable for the airways.
Good, yeah, a few good stories. I don't know if they're suitable for the camera, but Michail Antonio was really good with me. He really looked after me. He really looked after me. He used to give me stick, but he used to look after me as well, you know. So
you knew that?
Yeah, and I remember when obviously we'd fly to away games sometimes. Obviously we'd have to meet at the airport, Stansted Airport, and he'd always like take me to Stansted with him, and you know we'd have good chats in the car and stuff like that. But nah, he was really good with me. He looked after me, and obviously players like Jesse and Mark Noble and yeah, all those sort of guys.
You had a really good football education then, and obviously when you think of the players that you were surrounded by, do you ever kind of go wow, or were you not in awe of that? Were you just like, this is my job and like I'm on their level, or how were you feeling?
I wouldn't say I thought I was on their level, but I always thought of it as no, like, yeah, this is where I'm supposed to be, you know. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. Because at the end of the day, like, I feel like I've been playing football my whole life, and like you said, I have a good football education, so I've never thought of it as you know, like wow or anything like that. You know, obviously you do see the odd player that's like, ooh, you know. But nah, I always thought it's my job at the end of the day. This is where I'm supposed to be.
Yeah, because they had some really good players back then.
Yeah.
Obviously, this is it's a bit massive club, you know.
Yeah.
You made your debut though. How was that? You know.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. It was some experience. It was some experience, like I've said.
There's a lot of hype around you then, though, at that time. I suppose from Ireland, because we weren't at that time. We weren't really getting a lot of players coming in at Premier League clubs. So you were probably being looked at as another, you know, the prospect.
Yeah, you know, like you say, that there was lots of hype, but I don't really look at it as that, because for me, I don't really pay attention to the outside noise, you know. So I don't really look at it as hype or anything like that. Maybe it was, but from my point of view, it didn't seem like hype. I just felt like I was just doing what I was supposed to do, you know. Like I always felt like, okay, this is the next step. Like, let's do it, you know what I mean? But that was it, yeah.
Can you describe, I suppose, Moyes giving you the shout or whatever way it happened?
Yeah, it was good. It all happened quite quickly, to be fair. So when I first got in and around the first team, I think on my first session, I did my hamstring, 3C. So I was out for 4 months and I was supposed to potentially make my debut like 2 days after. So I missed out on that. So obviously that was disappointing, but you know, I had the 3-4 months of rehab. And instead of coming back into action with the 23s at the time, I went straight back in with the first team. So my first game back from injury was my debut. So obviously, you don't expect it all to happen that quick, but it's one of them, like I say, like, it's where I want it to be, it's where I expect it to be, so it's just like, okay, like, let's do it, let's crack on, you know?
Take that.
It's a bad shot.
Finally.
Just 3 for him. He's not going to put though.
That's for 3, is it?
4.
4?
This is for 4.
For 4, yeah.
Nice.
Oh, lads.
Lovely. 5.
Celebrating and all there, look. So I'm 1 point ahead of you. 2 there, is it? I need to start being more conniving.
Come down. Good execution.
Nice, because you know, if that went any other way, it's going down that hill. Oh, it's gone down the hill. Nice. So what's that, 6 each?
Think so.
Ah, lads.
Oh. Three for me, 5 for you.
So we've had to take shelter because the rain is just ridiculous, but we are in Ireland, so I suppose we're used to it, as well in Manchester and in England. But yeah, so far you're smoking me, but back to the football, back to your career. Talk to me about David Moyes and how he was with you at West Ham before you then eventually moved, and kind of how it came to be that you left on loan.
Yeah, no, he was good with me. He was good with me. I think I was on the bench in the Premier League maybe 16 or 17 times, but I didn't end up playing. I didn't end up playing the game. So, you know, I was doing well in the 23s, and I thought, you know, the next step is to sort of go and score goals in men's football. So I ended up going on loan to Huddersfield. To be fair, the club were actually against me going out on loan, but I obviously wanted to go out on loan and try and, you know, show myself in men's football. But yeah, I pushed to go on loan, and I ended up going on loan to Huddersfield. It didn't end up working out, so it didn't go too well, you know. But these are the experiences that, you know, they help you grow in football. So yeah, it's all part of the game.
So you say about growing, you're talking about growing mentally, maybe off the pitch.
Not even just growing mentally off the pitch, just growing mentally on the pitch, because, you know, playing in the championship as opposed to playing in PL2, the under-23s, is two completely different ball games, you know. So yeah, I obviously wanted that experience.
And talk to me then from Huddersfield, because you're kind of going on a couple of loans there. So how was the experience there? I think you mentioned Danny Grant would have been your teammate there, so was it nice to have an Irish teammate there?
He was my teammate there. Me and him, we got on really well, and we're still good mates now, you know. But yeah, the experience at Huddersfield, it was a difficult one. It was my first sort of experience in men's football, being a first team player in the first team change room every single day. So yeah, it was difficult. I didn't get many minutes. I'd sort of say I wasn't really ready to make an impact at that level at that time. You know, I think I was still 18 at the time. But yeah, all in all, you know, it was a good experience because I got the things out of it that I needed. I didn't get the minutes, but, you know, I got other things.
Because I went and did an interview with Troy Parrott. He spoke similarly of, he went on a number of loans, but he doesn't look at them as successes, but what he learnt off the pitch, he said he wouldn't change it.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. You know, you look at them and numbers-wise, in terms of minutes, games and goals, probably weren't a success, but I'm happy I got those experiences at such a young age, you know, 18, 19, 20. So yeah. Come in, come on. Oh, it's heavy. It's very heavy.
This for 7. Oh, you get a bit nervous there? So we've just taken another break because the rain came down again heavy. But we're kind of talking there just about your loan moves and stuff like that. Huddersfield, then you went to Doncaster,
Yeah.
Port Vale. How were they off the pitch, and, you know, how were the managers for you then, and how you learn? And I think this is around the time you were playing with the under-21s.
Some of them were difficult. There were some difficult times, and there was some good times as well. You know, obviously I scored my first professional goal on loan at Doncaster, and then, you know, I scored a few goals at Port Vale. But, you know, it was difficult because I think a lot of the time you're not really in the team. You're sort of coming off the bench. It's difficult to get going and stuff like that, you know. But the stuff you're learning off the pitch in the change room and stuff like that off older pros, you know.
Who were some of the older pros? Is there anyone we would know? Roughly.
Ooh. To be fair, a guy that helped me a lot at Port Vale was, to be fair, he was the other striker, Ellis Harrison.
Okay, yeah.
He was really good with me. He helped me a lot. I seem to get along with, you know, the other strikers because obviously we're working closely together a lot of the time. But yeah, he was really good with me at Port Vale. Where else? Doncaster. Can't really think of many others that had like that much of an impact. I'd say Ellis had a big impact on me.
Yeah, and then Port Vale. How are you finding it then at that stage? How are you thinking your career's going? Because you're at City, you're at United, you're at West Ham, then you're kind of hovering around, say, kind of championship clubs and stuff like that. But Huddersfield, in fairness, they'd only trying to drop out of the Prem.
Yeah.
They weren't there out that long.
Yeah, to be fair, I don't really get too down about things. I don't really get too happy about things, you know what I mean? I just sort of keep a sort of steady pace, you know? Because I know that like it all changes quickly and all it takes is one good move.
One good season.
One good season, like, and you're back where you need to be, you know, and that's all it takes. So, in terms of what I think in my head, I don't get too happy, I don't get too down, you know?
You kind of look at some of the players maybe who had similar moves now, like some of your under-21 teammates, or maybe some of them weren't teammates, like Troy's had a good season, as at Alkmaar,
Yeah.
Jake O'Brien, who you would have been teammates with at the under-21s, he's gone on to do really well at Everton and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So when you're kind of looking at that now, are you surprised? Because again, it took one good season for both of them, and now they're kind of first team internationals.
You know, like I said, it all changes quickly in football.
Well, that's what I mean,
for both ways, you know, and that's why I'm not surprised it's changed so quickly for them, you know. And like I said, you know, I think both of those those guys that you mentioned are really good players, and I've known they're really good players for the past couple of years. So that's why I'm not surprised it's happened so quickly for them. And you know, it's a credit to them, and I'm really happy for them because they are good players, and moreover, they're good people as well. So yeah.
Yeah, it kind of more something they had to go through their struggles to get to where they are. Maybe a little bit later. Like you look at Troy, he came in quite a young boy, and then had to kind of go become a man, and now he's starting to get the recognition, I suppose.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. He's had a really good season at AZ in Holland, but he's a good player, and he's always scored goals growing up. So, you know, things take time, you know, and him coming into the men's game now, he's obviously scored a couple of goals, and you know, it's not a surprise to me. I always sort of knew he had it in him. It was just a matter of when, and you know, the penny sort of dropped now. So good on him.
Is this the one where they changed the yellow flags, I think?
Oh, it's gone.
I'll take that. I think I deserve a bit of props for that one. Yeah. Oh, nearly. Right, we're at the halfway point. Yeah, not a great day for me, but my excuse is I am on one leg. So, but here, you're not letting up in fairness, and you're counting every single point. Well, let's talk about your time in Portugal. How did that move come about, and what was it like going over there?
Yeah, it was good. It was good. There's not a lot to it. I think I went over there to a club, and obviously some people at the club wanted me, some people at the club didn't. I ended up signing and staying a season, but yeah, it was more to do with stuff with people upstairs, and I ended up not playing the game. Obviously, the people in charge didn't want me, and yeah, they made sure I didn't play a game, so I ended up leaving there in the summer of 2024, and yeah, that was it really. There's not much to it. Not much to it.
And then you obviously moved back then to England, so
yeah.
Is that Fleetwood you were at?
Yeah, I came back to Fleetwood. I was there for maybe 4 or 5 months. I didn't really play a whole lot. I was there with a couple of other Irish players as well. Ryan Graydon, Ronan Coughlin, Tommy Lonergan, boys like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was good.
They would have had an affiliation with Waterford, wouldn't they?
Yeah, they did. But yeah, in terms of stuff off the pitch, it was a really good dressing room I was in. Really got along with loads of the lads. I still speak to a couple of them now, but in terms of on the pitch, it just never really got going. Never really got going with the manager and stuff like that. I didn't get a lot of playing time, so yeah, I thought the best option was to sort of call it quits and head back home, really.
Yeah, but you mentioned earlier to me off camera about kind of initiations and stuff like that. You obviously have a lot of the lads there. You don't have to belt out a tune or anything, don't worry. But like, obviously when you have a lot of Irish lads at a club together, there's a lot of banter. Was there anything funny happen while you were there?
Obviously good stories, but no stories that you can tell on the camera. I won't throw anyone under the bus or anything, but it was always good crack with loads of the Irish boys, and the other boys too. There's a couple of lads from London and stuff like that I knew as well. So yeah, it was good. We always had a good time in the change room, stuff like that. It was a good group.
Do you want to tell the audience what your song is for initiation?
To be fair, Fleetwood, I sang a different song. I sang George Ezra Shotgun.
Oh yeah, that's good.
But my usual song is James Arthur Impossible. That's what I sang at Shells as well.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Up on a chair?
No, it was on the bus home from Waterford away when I scored 1-0.
Okay.
So it was a good night.
Oh, that's a nice one. That might be a hole in one. What? Is it?
Deserves a hole in one. It deserves a hole in one.
No, that'll bend back around.
Yeah.
Look at the smoke fucker.
That's 2 as well. Oh, it was 2 at first, but now it's 3.
What? What's that?
Nah, this could be 4, you know.
You're getting brave now because you're a few ahead.
Nah, but I don't back you to score this one, to be honest.
I thrive under pressure, Mipo. Whoa, roll back down.
Said it.
You did say it, to be fair.
Let's just hope it's not 5.
It won't matter at this stage.
Ah, there we go. Oh, you can do better than that. Come on.
Oh, that's a nice one. That could go in, you know.
Come on, you've got to go in. Come on. That was a great shot as well. Might backheel this one. Rim job. Oh, honestly.
Keep fucking happening.
I've never seen such a rim. So what's that?
That'd be 4 when
This
I
would
put
be
it.
4 and this would be
3.
3.
So, as you can guess, we stopped again, but probably better for me that we stopped because I'm getting killed here. Talk to me. You're obviously wearing your Shells tracksuit. Damien Duff and sign up for him. What was it like when he spoke to you? 'Cause I can't imagine you got overawed considering your football education to this point, but he's still obviously an Irish legend. So how was that when he called you and how did it all happen?
Yeah. Nah, listen, he's a really big figure in football and especially Irish football. Obviously growing up watching the Irish national team and obviously players like Robbie Keane and the Gaffer. You know, it was really good. It was really good. I think we first spoke in the summer, last summer. And he wanted me to come then, but I sort of opted against coming. And even before coming in sort of December, January, he kept speaking to me throughout sort of, I think it was the first half of our season and the second half of the Irish season. He kept sort of ringing me and messaging me and stuff like that out of the blue, you know, when I was at Fleetwood. But nah, it was really good, you know. It's really good. It's good to learn off somebody like that every day, you know. He's a madman. He's a madman. He's got really high standards, but you know, he's just somebody who's obsessed and he really wants to succeed, and that's why he has succeeded as a player. And you're now seeing him succeed as a manager, you know. But you know what he demands from us players every day, just lots of energy. He loves people with energy and stuff like that. And you know, I'd just say he's a highly motivated individual, and I'd say I'm a highly motivated individual as well. So you know, I think that's why we work really well together. But nah, I have nothing but good things to say about him, you know.
Every time I look at you and I mention his name, you have a big smile on your face. I think that says a lot about how even you're maybe enjoying life and playing back at Shells now.
Yeah, you know, I'd say I have got a smile back on my face now playing for Shelbourne. You know, it's been a while since I played football consistently. I think I've played up to maybe 18 games now, so it's the most I've played consistently.
90 minutes.
Yeah, in a long time, and I'm playing 90 minutes every game, you know. But now I'm really enjoying it. I'm really enjoying playing at Shells and learning under people like the Gaffer and Joey O'Brien and David McAllister and people like that, you know. People who have done really well in the game and done really well for the country as well, you know. So yeah, it's really good. I'm enjoying it. Although I wish I could have a few more goals. I do think I've been a bit unlucky, but you know, it'll come.
And just what is a typical day like? Like I keep seeing you laughing, but under Damien Duff, like, is everyone so intrigued as to what he's like? Because you obviously see him on a match day, and he can be either really happy or really angry.
That's why I laugh, because it's funny, because you say what is a typical day like, but we don't know. honestly, we don't know. But you know, usually, not even usually, I'd say every day is just full of high energy. It's full of high energy, and you know.
Is that hard? Like hard to be around because like people talk about pep and how high energy, high intensity a lot of the time. Maybe you're new to it, but like maybe for others.
No, for me, I don't find it hard. I don't find it hard because I think it's one of them things. If it wasn't coming from him, I'd sort of demand that out of myself anyway.
Fair.
So having a manager who demands that is sort of like a good thing, because it creates high standards and it creates a good environment, you know, where you're keen to learn and improve every day, you know. So no, I really enjoy it. I enjoy the environment that he's sort of built.
And just adapting to the League of Ireland, how have you found it? The levels and everything like that. You've come in, you've scored goals. As you say, you probably think you should have more. But how have you adapted over? Because you're playing with a smile on your face. You just look like you're enjoying your football.
Yeah, it's good. No, you know, I'm enjoying just playing. just playing and, you know, just working under a manager that trusts me and sort of just, I don't know, just working with like a good bunch of lads. You know, we have a good dressing room. We have a good mix of senior pros, you know, the John O'Sullivans and
Paddy Barrett
and players like that. And then we have, you know, the good younger players like, you know, me, Ryan O'Kane, Evan Caffrey, Harry Wood, players that are a bit younger, you know. So we have a good mix. So nah, it's really good. I'm just enjoying it really, yeah.
Yeah.
It's coming back down.
No, it's not. I can't hear him. What are you saying now? You're going to slag me now for missing this?
Nah, you're gonna get it. I think you're gonna get this.
Good man. Thanks for believing in me.
Yeah, nah.
It's like me when you're through on goal for Shells. I believe in you.
All that just to do that. Oh my days.
The sun comes out now. Oh.
Oh, you've got to just roll in there. Come on, surely.
Oh.
So you got it in 4.
Yeah, you're 5 now, yeah?
Let's hope it's 5 anyways.
Rim job.
No, I'm not you.
I love them. What did they say in Chadwick's? Good tradesman never blames his tools.
Yeah, but the ball isn't my tools.
It is here.
No.
That's how you do it, Mipo.
That's how you do what?
Oh no.
Winded. Oh, rim job, Mipo. Flipping heck.
The wind's a killer, isn't it?
Yeah. Sure.
Oh,
Nah,
rim job.
This wind has killed me.
After everything you were saying to me. Take that.
That's a good shot.
A bit of power, maybe. So talk to me then, like you've mentioned before about international stuff. In terms of, I mentioned Jake O'Brien, Troy Parrott. These lads kind of, they've had to struggle a little bit to get the moment. Is that your goal? Is to get that senior men's international cap? Or what's your kind of future ambitions?
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's my main focus. I'd say my main focus is to play at the highest level, which I think I can do. But yeah, I just need to focus on what I'm doing at the moment. I'm at Shelbourne at the moment, and I have goals and aspirations with Shelbourne. So yeah, I need to smash them first, and then yeah, just keep climbing.
And how do you achieve that? Is it through your goals, or you know, have you set yourself kind of personal goals? Like, you don't have to tell me, but just in terms of yourself.
Yeah, of course, I have personal targets that I want to meet, and then obviously the team, we have targets that we want to meet as well. So yeah, you know, as long as I do my job and we work collectively, everyone should get the best outcome.
Yeah, and that's, I suppose, when you were signed, that was probably, in a sense, an agreement, sort of, you know, you do well, we do well, and everyone's a winner in that sense.
Yeah, you know, yeah, everyone's on the same page, and yeah, I think we're all focused on the same thing, and we want the same outcome, yeah.
And just, obviously, Europe would be on the horizon soon and stuff like that. What are your targets there? We saw Shamrock Rovers in the European run that they went on, and you know how good those days are for both players and for fans, and for, I suppose, Ireland in terms of, you know, representing the country on the European stage.
Yeah. Yeah, obviously, seeing how they did in Europe, and you know, it was really good. It was really good for them. It was really good for, obviously, the country, like you said, for the recognition and stuff like that. But in terms of our goals and my goals, To be quite honest, I don't actually know how all of it works. All I know is that we're playing in the Champions League qualifiers, and the goal is to obviously just, whatever's put in front of you, just beat, really, Obviously, it's easier said than done, but yeah, the goal is to beat whoever's in front of us. But yeah, it would be good to sort of go on to do a bit of what they did, or even more. But
or even what Shells did in 2004 when they went to the third round of the qualifying face Deportivo.
Yeah,
that was pretty big back then.
Yeah, you're educating me here now. Yeah, but
the Shells they got past KO Reykjavik the first round, then Hajduk Split.
Yeah.
The Croatian side in Talca Park,
Yeah.
and then they went and played Deportivo. They were really big at the time.
Yeah.
And they played them in the Aviva, Lansdowne Road at the time.
Yeah.
And drew 0-0. And then Wes Houlihan was playing for Shells at the time.
Yeah.
Joey and Doe, big players.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and something like that, of course, would be really good. But listen, we'll see. We'll take it as it comes.
Nice. And my shot shooting today.
It's cool, man. I'm so excited.
Go on up over the hill. We're back in business. Too little, too late. That is nice. Ah, that was delicate. I like that. I rate that.
Oh, should have been a rim job.
What's that?
Should have been a rim job.
Right. You've obviously been around. You mentioned some big players, so I want to get your dream five-a-side.
Ooh.
And it's going to get you thinking. I know.
Dream five-a-side of what
players you played with.
Played with.
Yeah. The clubs you played with. And it's okay if you leave a couple out because you think it off the top of your head. You haven't written it down, in fairness. You don't have to have a keeper.
In goal. Nah, I'm going to have a keeper.
Okay.
I'm going to go with James Trafford in goal. Burnley.
Ooh.
Yeah, really good.
How good?
I think a lot of people will see next season. I think maybe he's going to move this summer.
Yeah.
And if he moves to a big club, I think a lot of people will see how good he really is.
Fair. A lot of people say he's going to take Pickford's spot when he comes up to the Prem in the England squad. Like a lot of people saying that.
Listen, he's capable of it. I think he's capable of it, but we'll see. We'll see. Can't predict. At the back, I'm gonna go for Ted and Mengi, one of my good mates.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's at Luton Town.
Why him of all the like? Because you've obviously played with seniors.
He's got really good attributes. He's fast, strong. He's good on the ball. He's got it all really. Beside him, I'll go Jake O'Brien. So I'll play two to the back.
Yeah.
And then,
how good? So like Jake, obviously went to Leon, Everton, whatever. Maybe surprised a few people, but you told me he has everything.
Yeah, I say he surprised a few people, but like I said, he has a lot of attributes. Like for a defender, he's obviously massive. He's fast. He's strong. He's good on the ball. He's really good in the air as well. He's a really big aerial threat. But man, he's really good
with his feet too.
Yeah, he's good with his feet as well. But he's a really good player and he's kicked on. So good on him.
Fair play. Up the toughies.
Five-a-side midfield. James McAtee.
Joke.
In five-a-side especially, can't have a five-a-side team without James McAtee. James McAtee, you see what he's done for City this season. He's done really well. He's sort of broke into the team and stuff like that. And you see the quality he's got on the ball, but you can't have a five-a-side team without him. Impossible. I've played five-a-side with him quite a bit as well, so he has to be in there. Beside him.
Palmer. Manuel.
I don't want to go for one of them sort of big names. Or beside him, Mason Greenwood. Easy one. Easy. Yeah, easy. I think you see what he's done on the world stage. Especially this season in Ligue 1 for Marseille. In terms of the quality he's got, ability-wise, could be one of the best in the world, in my opinion. Obviously, I've seen it all firsthand, but yeah, left foot, right foot. One of the best, probably the best finisher I've seen. But yeah, I put him beside James McAtee, and then I put myself up top.
Back yourself.
Yeah, I put myself up top. Is that five?
Is that five?
Goalkeeper,
Keeper,
two at the back, 2 in midfield.
No,
Oh, that's 6.
You've gone way over there. I think you got the 2 defenders that killed you.
2 defenders, yeah, but
You take maybe one out. Or
yeah,
midfield.
I'll take Jake out there.
Oh, keep that out.
I'll take Jake out. I keep Tedden at the back. I'll have James McAtee, Mason Greenwood, then I'll put myself up top.
Okay. So that's a pretty good 5-a-side then.
Yeah, James Trafford in there. Yeah, good 5-a-side.
Fair, okay. Let's get on to the last hole. That's a nice one. That's it, skid a little bit. No power in my shots, it's killing me.
Oh, come back. Come back. Oh, no. What's that, 3 each?
Yeah. Back heel to win it.
You're messing.
Well,
You're messing. Wow. It's a good shot from you, that.
that's
wow.
how you do it.
That's good. That's good. That's good.
Oh, I'll tell you what, that was as good as mine. Right, so it's ended, and as we expected, Mr. Mipo, Mr. What's the word? Mr. Consistent in every hole. Would I say that? Clinical. Definitely the first 10. The rain didn't help us.
First 10, yeah. First 10, yeah. I started well. I started really well.
Yeah,
I think that's what helped.
Changing for the ball at one stage, so he says.
Yeah. That killed me as well. The main thing is I won. I came here to win, and I won.
You won. Would you rate my one leg?
It was alright.
I didn't think any power, to be fair.
You were using your weak foot.
Yeah.
To be fair, I was using both. So.
Well, good game anyway, listen. Fair play. Guys, let us know what you think in the comments, whether it's about what Mipo said, or about our gameplay, or about how terrible I have been. And let us know who you'd like to see on the next episode of Footy. We'll speak to you soon. Thanks for watching. Take care.